in the world? How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Hello and welcome back to Arcanum Gaming. My name is Richie. Today, we're back with our 18th and probably final episode of Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars. Let's see. We were just about to head to Scotland, Bannockburn. We finished the rest of the puzzles.
It must be done.
Riding on a train here.
I guess so. And we must be nearly there. Somewhere, out there in the dark, is Scotland. We've come a long way together to get here.
Yeah. Let's hope it was worth it.
Oh, interesting. My entire inventory is gone except for the clown nose.
I've still got the clown's nose.
So I see. You should throw it away, George.
I don't think so. If I still have it, it must be important for something. Logically speaking.
There's something I've been meaning to say to you, Nico.
Is this the right time and place, George?
There might not be another time. I don't want to waste this chance.
You don't need to say anything. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. But here, with you. Now.
You're exhausted. Why don't you get some sleep?
Sleep? At a time like this?
Excited, huh?
Would you like something to help you sleep, dearie? I've got some tablets in my bag.
Oh, no. Thank you.
Thanks all the same, ma'am.
That didn't really sound like a woman to me.
Pardon me?
Yes, my dear.
Do you know what time we're due in Stirling?
6:15, but we're running 8 minutes late.
Maybe it is. That's just some really bad voice acting.
What's the book you're reading?
Oh, it's something I picked up at the station. A medieval detective story. Quite well written for that kind of thing. It's been out of print for years.
What's the title of the book?
I'm
The
suspicious.
Crooked Crusader Caper by Molly Pegram. I assumed the author was a woman, but apparently not. His real name is...
Professor Nigel Pegram.
That's right. Do you know him?
No, I never met him.
George is a great fan of his, though.
This is super sus.
Do you know Stirling well?
Yes, I do. Is that where you two lovebirds abound?
Yeah, we...
It's one of the places we thought we'd see on our holiday.
Be sure to visit the castle, won't you?
Oh, I'm sure it's a neat place. But we are not really interested in history, are we, George?
No.
I suppose espresso bars and boogie-woogie are more your cup of tea.
That's right. There's nothing George enjoys more than a good boogie.
Is there a church called St. Ninian's at Stirling?
Yes, there is. And I know why you're going there.
You do?
Of course I do. It's obvious you're in love. You're eloping, and they say romance is dead.
Where are you going, George?
Do I need to spell it out?
Don't snap at me. If you're going to take a leak, why don't you say so?
Okay, I'm going to take a leak. L-E-A-K.
Tickets, please.
Oh, hi.
That's a standard full-price peak return. Don't you have a senior citizen's rail card?
I rarely travel by train. My ticket is perfectly valid, is it not?
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's someone
but
in
you could have
disguise.
saved up to a third of the cost.
I do not need to indulge in puffling thriftiness.
Blimey, you're a funny old bird and no mistake.
My money, it's gone in
Tickets,
disguise.
please, sir.
Here.
Off to Stirling, eh?
Yes, we are.
Well, I hope you won't be disappointed. It's a miserable place this time of year. Still, there's plenty of pubs and a lovely view from the castle.
Thank you.
I don't want to worry you, but there was something familiar about that guy.
Are you sure? You're tired. Perhaps you're mistaken.
Maybe. But I didn't like the look in his eyes when he spoke to you.
Is there anything else we can interact with here? No. Can we get up now?
Can't you sit still, George?
I need to go to the John.
While you're there, check out the buffet car, George. Unthinkable though it is, I am hungry enough to eat English food.
Okay.
Interesting. So now we're on a train car. This is cool.
Hi. Having a party?
No, this is breakfast. Come on, join us, man. Away, Basha, wake up, man. What's company?
His breath was like the outlet from a chemical factory.
Excuse my mate, he's taking a nap. Sleeping like a bobby. I'll wake him up when we get to Newcastle.
We passed through Newcastle half an hour ago.
And I never noticed.
What is that stuff you're drinking? It smells like gasoline.
Right, I'll put hairs in your chest, like.
And your eyeballs, too, by the looks of you.
That's disgusting.
Would you like a red nose?
No, thanks, pal. I got one of my own.
See you later.
Anything else to interact with here?
I didn't want to wake him. To be frank, without a cold water hose, I didn't think I could wake him.
What does that say? Okay. Let's move on here. How big is this train gonna be? That looks messy. Can't interact with it though. Nothing interactable. Alright, we're in the next train car to the left.
The door was locked.
Alright, how
The
about
door was locked. Oh, no. That gangster creep from the hotel.
Guido.
Well, he didn't scare me. Hey, Buster. This is a no-smoking car. Okay, maybe he did scare me. It got worse. I suddenly realized who the conductor had reminded me of. Eklund, Marquet's murderer. I really didn't want to shoot the breeze with this.
Can we just-
Guido was still looking pretty menacing.
we use
I
a red
really
nose?
didn't want to shoot.
No.
The door was...
Alright, so we can't get past him. My goodness, do we just have, like, all the crooks and the Templars and everything on the train with us? Where's Nico?
I should have known better than to leave Nico and the old lady alone. Suddenly, the sword of Baphomet took second place to finding the girl I loved. The door was locked.
Of course the door's locked. How was the door locked?
Hey, buddy. Did you see what happened to the young woman in the next compartment?
No, Paul, I didn't. Have you lost her, like?
She's disappeared. The old lady, too. I think they're in trouble.
Oh, wait, man, an old lady, too.
Yeah. You gotta help me.
Maybe they went to the toilet, like.
I don't think so.
They never go on their own. Always in pairs, you know.
No, she's been abducted, I'm sure. I've got to go look for her.
What's stopping you, pal?
The conductor. He's not what he seems.
You want to avoid him, like?
That's about it, yeah.
No problem.
Listen, I need your help.
What's the matter?
There's a guy on this train who's trying to kill me.
Relax, man. You wouldn't try nothing with us in Basharia. We are veterans, like. Slow action at Brightling Sea.
I don't recall the British Army being involved in a conflict at anywhere called Brightling Sea.
Well, you just take it from me, pal. You're in safe hands.
See you later. I didn't want to wake him, to be...
Anything in this compartment now? Probably not. I'm gonna save real quick before we get thrown off the train or something crazy.
The door was locked. The door was locked.
Alright. Well,
I really didn't want... Guido was still looking pretty...
it's looking pretty menacing.
I really didn't... It was a bright...
Can't use it on ourselves. Alright, we cannot get past Guido. We have a couple of locked doors. An empty train compartment. This compartment with this guy. Another locked door over here.
The door was...
Not like an emergency pull cord or something. I mean, there has to be something I'm missing that's interactable. There's literally only one person I can talk to. All I have is a clown nose. I don't suppose there's any way I can get up onto the roof, is there? Let's go back and talk to this guy one more time.
Hey, buddy. See you later. All I could see, it was a strange contrast with his flaming...
What did it say?
All I could see of the man's face was it was a
birds.
strange contrast with his flaming red hair, which stuck out in stiff, greasy tufts.
I mean, it sounds pretty clown-like to me.
I didn't want to wake him. To be frank, without a cold water hose... Hey, see you later.
Oh, we can open a window.
Don't do it, pal. Don't jump.
I don't intend to jump. I'm going to climb on top of the train.
You're kidding, aren't you?
Just watch me.
Here it goes.
Hold on there, pal. I'll give you a hand, like.
That's awfully comforting. Alright, let's roll. What? Why did he touch the pantograph? I guess I can't go that direction then?
Given. I don't intend. I'm going to.
You
Just.
hold on there, pal. I'll give you a hand, like.
Alright, I guess we'll try going to the right this time then. Alright, so we can't go that way because pantograph. Or maybe did I just click in the wrong spot? I mean, this looks right to me. Aha. Is it Khan?
Let's talk this over like reasonable people, Eklund. I can explain everything.
Okay.
Given to it.
I don't intend. I'm going.
You kid.
Just.
Hold on there, pal. I'll give you a hand, like.
Yeah, thanks. Alright. I'm gonna save up here just so I don't have to keep doing that animation if I die. Alright, let's try going this way this time and see if we can walk. Nope, we cannot walk past the pantograph. So the only way we can go is to the right.
I always wanted to stop a train.
Ah,
Now
emergency
was my
stop.
chance.
Pull the emergency cord. Dude falls down.
You saved our lives, but why?
We were always on the same side, Stobart.
That's Khan.
Different causes, but a common enemy.
The Knights Templar?
Don't call them that. The real Templars were a noble foe. These barbarians have no right to that name. These men are no better than dogs.
What are the Neo-Templars after? What is the Sword of Baphomet?
Not what you think, my friend. It is a weapon, yes, but one which our enemies will find difficult to wield. A double-edged sword. A power older than Dimolay, older than Solomon.
We'll stop them. You and me together. And Nico.
No, George. My journey ends soon at the Garden of Paradise.
You're talking in riddles. Can't you tell me straight what they're after?
The sword symbolizes a colossal energy caused by the alignment of the Earth's natural power fields.
Which are focused at St. Ninian's.
The energy endowed the Templars with the power which made them great. A power which made them charismatic to such an extent they could control the will of all around them.
What?
How did you escape from the bull's head?
It is a long walk from the cliff of the bull to the village Stobart. Fortunately, I know the ways of the wilderness. Also, I have a sister who keeps a garage just around the corner.
So he's Hashashin.
Maybe not.
May Allah guide you to our enemies.
Thanks.
One last thing.
There's another Skywalker?
What? What is it? He's dead. I couldn't think of a single way the extinguisher... Nico looked good.
I'm sorry, what?
Nico looked good. Even in robes.
Well, okay then.
Don't even think about it, George.
What? Who?
Look me straight in the eye and tell me you weren't thinking of using that axe on Eklund.
Don't be foolish, woman. I was gonna use it on you. I still thought it a good idea to take the axe to Eklund while he was down.
Yeah, I agree.
Underneath that heap of tumbled crates was Eklund. I wasn't about to help him out.
Okay, can we help Nico?
The rear exit was barred and padlocked.
Don't even think about...
What? Who?
Look,
Don't be fool. I was gonna use it.
Are you kidding? We can't use that to break open the door, or... What are we doing here?
The guy was a professional killer. The last thing he deserved was sympathy. I had to admit it, though. I was sorry he'd ended up this way.
Wait, what was that? It's a fire extinguisher again.
where do you think you're going?
Don't worry. I hadn't forgotten about you.
Answer me this instant, George Stobart.
I will. When I'm ready.
I've tried to do that like 3 times.
That's not fair, George.
No.
You took advantage while my hands were tied.
When Eklund pointed that gun at me, I thought I was gonna die. I thought of all the things I'd never get to do, and kissing you was at the top of my list.
George,
Uh-huh.
George, we've got to get off the train. Eklund could recover at any time.
So what are we waiting for? The rear exit was...
Alright.
What are you doing?
I'm out of here.
Not that door. Do you want to end up like Flap?
Not especially. What remains of him is well on his way back to London. I hope he was traveling on a return ticket. Underneath that heap of...
Okay.
The rear exit was barred and...
Yes, I
The rear
see
exit
that.
was barred.
Don't even think about...
What? Who?
Look me straight in the eye and...
Oh, come on.
Of course not. I just don't trust you not to cut your own stupid foot off.
Alright, how about back this way? Alright, we can go out that way, but not the other way. That was a very confusing sequence, but okay. Alright, we made it to Scotland. This looks rather abandoned.
I'd feel happier if we had a gun or something.
Khan gave me something.
What?
A handbag.
Oh, great. If we run into any killers, we can give them a good buffeting. Didn't he have any weapons?
You don't know half of it. This bag's full of C4.
Wow. Why didn't you say so? Boy, we'll show them now. What's C4?
Plastic, George.
We're going to shop our way to victory?
2 kilos of plastic explosive. The detonator's broken now.
No problem. We'll buy a box of matches somewhere.
It doesn't work that way. It takes a small explosion to start the big explosion.
Well, that's not much use then. What does that sign say?
Apparently during the English Civil War in the mid-17th century, this place was used as an arms dump.
Yeah? What happened?
Look at the state of this place, George. You work it out.
Oh, stray spark?
You got it. The tower was the only thing to survive the blast.
I hope the explosion didn't destroy the Sword of Baphomet.
Do you? I rather hope it did.
A
Yeah.
large arch led into the tower. It was just about recognizable as the church I'd seen reflected in the chalice. Templars, Roundheads, and Cavaliers. This place has seen a lot of history.
In we go. Well, what have we got here?
It was a heap of stones and stuff which had tumbled down from the rafters. I scrabbled around in the rubble and found an old clay pipe with a broken stem.
Clay pipe with a broken stem.
The pipe could have been anything from 50 to several hundred years old. Nico?
Uh-huh.
Nico, I found an old clay pipe.
George, I don't care.
Alright.
The wheel turned reluctantly with a creak of complaint. There was no obvious way of removing the wheel from its housing. It was a simple cog arrangement with a handle to turn the larger wheel. The stone face of the demon grinned with a horribly lifelike expression. It was so realistic, I could imagine the sculptor carving it from a live model. Examining the demon more closely, I realized something about its face. It was a clever illusion. No matter where I stood, the eyes weren't looking at me. There was a simple reason. The demon didn't have any eyes.
Interesting. And I can't go up there.
The wheel had a serrated edge which meshed with the turning cog. Marks on the spindle behind the wheel suggested it once had a rope attached to it.
What are we going to use for rope?
I tried pushing the panel, but wasn't surprised when it failed to move. Above the carved cross was an indecipherable inscription. For all I knew, it could have been scribed in Gaelic. Nico?
Uh-huh.
What are you doing?
Committing this inscription to memory.
Can you read it?
No.
What's the point of studying the inscription if you can't read it?
Because it could be important. A clue to whatever we're looking for, who knows? I might find someone in Stirling to translate it.
We don't have time to go looking for a linguist.
No? At least I am doing something positive.
What language is that inscription written in?
You're the languages student, you tell me.
It looks like ancient Norse. Maybe.
Perhaps it's in code.
I don't think so.
Norse code.
Norse code.
The wheel turned reluctant. There was no obvious way of removing.
No obvious way. Why would we want to remove it?
With the clay pipe in his mouth, he looked happy, homely, like somebody's granddaddy.
What do you think you're doing, Josh?
I wondered if there was a secret mechanism in the demon's mouth.
Maybe you should show a little more respect.
For a mythical medieval demon? Give me a break.
Okay, go right ahead. Meddle with forces you don't understand. Incur the demon's wrath and burn in hell. Just see if I care.
Well then.
I ran my fingers across the cold stone and probed the holes in the demon's eyes. Beneath them, the mouth formed another hole. But I wasn't about to put my finger in there. I
Same
ran
dialogue.
beneath.
How about the clown nose?
Sometimes the most childish gestures can have a cathartic effect. The transformation of the demon to a clown did just that for me. I ran my beneath them, the mouth.
What?
Beneath. The handle turned easily and the larger wheel began to revolve. Damn! Then the handle came off in my hand. It was the handle from the church tower's winding mechanism. It had cog teeth.
Everything else is going on here so far. How about this?
The nose was a great improvement, except now
You're a dentist.
I ran my finger beneath them.
Oh, he picked up the pipe.
I ran beneath.
Can I take the nose back?
Beneath them.
No. Alright. Is there anything else out here?
Rope attached to it. Under one of the stones, I found a metal coin which was green with age.
There's more stuff in the rock pile.
It was caked with soil, but what I'd found was a small cog and spindle. With mounting excitement, I felt something between my fingers. It was short, hard, and black. Something I hadn't expected to find here. It was a plastic pen top. I didn't find anything. It was an old coin. It was a black plastic pen top. The cog was one of those objects I wished I hadn't carried in my pocket. Without the handle, the small cog and spindle were... The cog slipped neatly into the eye socket.
Oh. Neatly into the eye socket.
With the clay pipe in his mouth,
What do you...
I wondered if there was a secret mechanism
Maybe you should...
for a mythical
Okay. Incur the... Just see if...
I pushed the pen top into the mouth, and it disappeared somewhere inside the statue. It had probably gone straight to Biro Hell. The cog turned freely, but nothing happened.
Cog turned freely, nothing happened. I have no idea what I'm doing here.
Nico?
Uh-huh.
Look! I found an old coin! You think it's worth anything?
Josh, focus on the situation at hand, please.
Maybe not. The cog turned freely, but nothing happened. The wheel turned reluctantly with a creak of complaint. There was no obvious way of removing the wheel from its housing.
Why does he keep saying that?
I didn't find anything.
Nothing to be found.
I tried pushing the panel, but wasn't surprised when it failed to move.
Getting quite stumped here. So we've got a cog, a handle. We've got this wheel, which we can't seem to do anything with. I don't know why we put the clown nose on the thing.
It was an old coin.
You don't say.
The pipe could have been anything from 50 to several hundred years old. It was the handle from the church tower's winding mechanism. It had cog teeth mounted near its base. The cog turned freely, but nothing happened.
The cog turned freely.
Above the carved cross was an indecipherable inscription. For all I knew, it could have been inscribed in Gaelic.
Indecipherable inscription. Use the coin with the door? No.
There was no way of reconnecting the handle to the cog except by welding it.
Oh, what
now
did we
that
just
the
do?
handle was gone, it was easy to remove the cog and spindle.
There's a second one? Oh.
With a rasp of metal on stone, I eased the second eye into place.
What if he's the handle now?
I pushed the handle into the demon's mouth. The cogs all meshed. I began to turn.
Well, all right then.
Nico?
Uh-huh.
I guess we got nothing else to say there. All right, let's head on in.
As soon as I saw the flickering torches, I realized the bogus Templars had beaten us to the sword. But where were they now? And why was it so quiet?
All right, we got past the statue. Let's save here.
It was definitely gunpowder, but it had solidified over the centuries it had lain here undisturbed.
Solidified
The
gunpowder.
powder spilling from the barrels reminded me of pirate stories I'd loved when I was a kid. It was gunpowder.
Oh,
The torch burned with a sickly dim glow and a stench like fire and brimstone.
No, George!
What?
Leave the torch right where it is. In case you haven't noticed, the crypt is full of gunpowder.
So what? Don't you trust me?
It's not a question of trust.
No? You think I'm a jerk, don't you?
Don't be silly, George. And keep your voice down. I thought I heard something. Like chanting.
I really wasn't worried about the danger of igniting the gunpowder. But Nico's temper was likely to flare up again. Now that scared me.
Listen, I can definitely hear chanting.
You're right. I hear it too. What do you suppose they're doing?
It wouldn't surprise me if they were holding some kind of satanic sex ritual.
So, what are we waiting for? Shh! Will you look at that? Baphomet. Labino was right. This place was ancient even to the Templars.
This whole place? This is Baphomet?
Finally, the truth. The Templars had never worshipped this graven image, no more than they'd worship a rainbow. But, like a rainbow, they regarded it as a symbol of a covenant with God, who'd revealed this place to them.
Rosso! Why, the double-dealing treacherous.
I knew Rosso was...
On the contrary, Inspector Rosso has been the model of obedience, an important quality in a true Templar. Now be quiet and watch, if you wish to live much longer.
That sword doesn't look broken to me.
Brothers and sisters, we are gathered here to witness the reforging of the sword that was broken. Here before God's sentinel, Baphomet. Grand Master and Knight of Baphomet, we salute and pledge our obedience to you.
I salute you, gatekeeper of the temple. Seven centuries ago, our greatest weapon, the sword of Baphomet, was lost to us. Now we prepare to reforge it, to wield against new enemies. As the tired millennium dies, and this world looks for new leaders, we shall not fail. We shall lead the people to a new order, wherein all borders will dissolve. All will be united under the red cross of the Templars.
This is giving me Indiana Jones 2 vibes. What in the world?
George, we have watched your efforts to stop us with respect. But surely you realize that you have been misled by our enemies. Both of us want a better world. Fortunately, no harm has been done. We need determined, resourceful men like you.
Whatever gets us out of here alive.
George. Join us in true brotherhood.
Yeah. True. Wait. Brothers? What about Marquet? What about Pegram and Klausner? You didn't look on them as brothers, only as failures. 3 men dead, and you don't give a damn.
George, you know that sacrifices are necessary. Every great undertaking.
Join you. I'll see you in hell first.
Oh, George, I had great hopes for you. C'est la guerre. Eklund, kill him.
Nico. And what? I can't do anything here. Oh. That looked painful.
swear. I just wanted things to be right.
Take them. Kill them. They will not escape.
Let's get out of here.
Well.
Guido.
If it isn't the great detective and his beautiful assistant, it's going to be a pleasure killing the pair of you.
George, what are we going to do?
Grab the torch and light the gunpowder.
Come on, Nico. We're leaving.
Run, run, run.
You fools! You cannot escape us. Guido! Stop them.
But master, the powder!
That powder is from the English Civil War. You fool. It's over 300 years old. How explosive do you think it can be?
I thought it was all
Hopefully very.
over, but Nico had one last trick up her sleeve.
The
Or
C4.
in her handbag, to be exact. A handbag full of plastic explosives.
Maybe, but this stuff is brand new.
Oh,
Run.
You know, you'll never be able to write your story now.
I don't care. I've got what I want.
Huh?
Just tell me one thing, George. Is our life together always going to be this crazy?
Alright, that's the game. So what was the point of the pipe then? And the coin? I guess it was just something to distract us. Digging through the pile there. Well, looks like that's going to wrap up the game, ladies and gentlemen. We found the broken sword, which I was very confused by the ending. The weird, like, creepy lightning towers, the Baphomet statue. Why that was built under a church, or why the church was built on top of that, I don't know. So yeah, final thoughts on the game. Yeah, this music is really loud. But yeah, the game was a lot of fun. That puzzles were okay for the most part. There were a few really, really difficult ones that I had to look up, like the goat, and was the one we had, I think it was the last episode, where we had to use the grease paint, Kleenex handkerchief thing, to light the candle, which, I mean, I probably would have figured that out eventually if I just clicked every, tried the every item thing. Those who endeavor to yield the sword are buried along with the Templars' secret. But fate had marked George and Nico. Soon, an uncharted jungle on the other side of the world may be called to face an even greater threat in an uncharted jungle. To be continued. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and say that that's going to be Broken Sword with the Smoking Mirror. And that's that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take some time and reflect on that, just like every other game at the end here. Weird ending, but the rest of the game was very good. I'm really confused about what was going on with like I said, those lightning pillar things, and looked like Rosso changed his mind at the end and saved our bacon. Yeah, so that's going to conclude our blind Let's Play of Broken Sword Shadow of the Templars. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next adventure game, which I'm not entirely sure what we're going to be playing yet, but we'll find out pretty soon. Thank you guys. Have a nice day.